Oh boy, why does that look different? That looks very different. Alright, so everyone, welcome to the stream. Can't see some of the things on here because the windows are now way too big. That's not useful. Alright, so target for today is to finish the line art, which basically is just a pair of hands, and you can see my feeble attempt at trying to work it out. Still just hovering here. So the lines, the black lines, are from yesterday. Looking at it, I realized how ridiculous it looked and how much it pissed me off just looking at it. So, we're working with the red and the green below it now, where the hands are, based on the perspective, way flatter. So, I think what we want is to only really see the, so for the top hand, we want to see the actual knuckle, the top of your knuckle, and then just the up to the first joint, the first knuckle joint on the finger, and then the rest is just going to curve in underneath. And then same for the other side. We kind of want to see the, I'm making a bunch of gestures, but I'm not on camera, so that's not really helping, is it? But the other hand is underneath. You kind of want to see the first joint of the finger into the knuckle, so knuckle maybe just sticking just out of the bottom. Maybe you could use the mattress or all intents and purposes right in this spot, the hair, to kind of cover it up to give it a little bit of depth. And then the second joint of the finger is going to be hooking over the top, and maybe we'll do a little bit of third joint, the end joint of the finger. But for the most part, that is kind of what I'm trying to do here. Regardless, this first bit is going to need to be quite a bit larger. I think we're going to set up right about here. So we're going to see if we can figure that out. Why is it getting stuffy again? Oh, wait. Once the hands are, you just need to figure out how to get Tyrant's hair to just flop all over the place, basically. And then because we'll probably use her hair to kind of cover up a little bit of the leg here. We don't want to cover up the whole leg. And then we just want the hair to spray out this way, and you figure out how to get the hair to kind of cover the bottom portion of the hands here. Indeed, the hands are very rough. But we're going to get rid of that because that is not helpful. And we're going to try and intertwine the hands yet again. But realistically, we're looking more at something along the lines of make these circles significantly smaller first up because they're not supposed to be that big. Yeah, I think the thumb joint starts like about back here somewhere. Okay, so basically we're going to have the knuckle of the forefinger come right over here. I'm gonna bring that all the way down into the first joint, like so. I'm gonna pull it across like that for now. I actually Right, no. I want this to be probably a little bit more shallow. Like. Also, while I have roughly done a framework of a hand here, I'm talking on my ass. I don't know if this will help me at all. Well, realistically, once the hands are in, it is just like a shoulder and like the rest of the arm here. Maybe a little bit of her body, like across here. And then it's just splayed the hair out this way, splayed the hair out this way, and then that's it. That's it for the lines. I mean, at this point, I feel like I should actually... I mean, I might change this strand of hair in particular so that's actually holding up against Nazuna's body here. Maybe just a bit because of how long the hair is here. We'll see. If I don't start the color today, then I am going to once again be time crunching like a crazy asshole. So ideally, I really would like to be done with the lines today and starting, not just done with the lines, but starting the color today. Why did I try and draw both hands at the same time? Do I need to actually follow my sketch a little bit more tightly here? So we have this finger be almost completely perpendicular to the camera, and that means that we won't even see the joint underneath. Then this finger is kind of going... Yeah, we're gonna go... There's a pinky on this side, so maybe I should be a little bit more gentle with it. Okay, it's kind of about where that needs to be. Because then we want to have the finger probably reach up to... Actually, how do you look at the knuckle like right here? That means the hand itself is actually coming in behind this, like right here. And the thumb is going to stretch along the side here. Kind of... Let me bring this down more. Let me bring this down significantly. Let's be smart and make a second layer. That might be helpful. You can merge them together later, but for now, let's just say hand block. And we'll just try and hook hand number 2. So thumb should be rolling over, should be like coming through the gap here. We're looking, well, like right at, maybe even just lower. You can actually bring this. Wait, no, I'm looking like this. So we're literally putting the thumb into this gap here. Like this is where the thumb is going to be. Right against this surface right here. And then, okay, let me just change the, who's blue right now? What are my blue lines? Where is it? You. I need you right now? No, turn this off. Okay, you can be blue and you can be... What am I not using? Purple? Purple. Pink? No. The color that just hard contrasts with the blue. Purple. So that means that this hand is like literally coming in through the back here. That like a bit more of the hand coming through. Because we're looking at this hand with the... You know, the knuckles like here. I want the knuckle to be like here. Bring this finger just like straight up. You can actually bring this in more. I mean, if you can listen to two different languages or process 2 different languages at the same time, then that is very impressive on itself. I think I can like vaguely process 2 languages at a time, like very vaguely. That's only the general idea. Indeed. That's that. It would be like a sharper angle here. I mean, that's what happens when you're like bilingual, right? I've more or less abandoned my first language. Actually, I don't know if Chinese was my first language or not, because I immigrated when I was like 2. Well, no, I migrated when I was like 2, so I'm presuming my first words weren't in English. It should have been whatever my parents were saying to me, which should be Chinese. But I'm like super whitewashed. It's hilarious because even when I worked over in Hong Kong, my colleagues told me that I sounded like a white person while speaking, despite being an expat. Like, it was a very wonderful thing. Actually, you hook this far more. I think I do. You know, they were always surprised whenever I spoke to them in Cantonese, because some parts of the office were significantly less less foreign and more local. Because I was technically working in an office that was like fully westernized. It was like mostly foreigners working there. Oh no, I need to bring this more up. I literally want joint. This joint should be like right here, and then the next joint should be the bit going over the finger over. Right there. I think I only think in Japanese when I'm trying to speak it. I'm not fluent when it comes to speaking. I'm just like surprisingly coherent when I'm listening or reading. That's not how that's supposed to go. Because this finger will be reaching backwards, so let's say that it goes like this upwards. Then it reaches into the next joint and goes over. Then it reaches into the last joint and goes over the hand completely. Am I giving that enough clearance? Maybe there I might just go like this. I need to like thin out completely here. Just go like. Completely thin it out as it moves away from the camera. Basically we're saying like the joint as well, like we have knuckle into finger like here. Okay, so basically here we're reaching the finger out. So reach it over the top. Then Will it be seeing just the back of the finger or actually be seeing the end of the finger? I think I'm not really comprehending right now. And the pinky I could get away with. Like, pinky I could just do that, and that's... I think I'm bringing this too far. I think this has just reached the point where it's not complete insanity. How do I feel about that? Okay, so what lines am I not seeing? I'm not seeing... Okay, let me just be smart about this. Let me just duplicate and then put this into a folder. And then just... Alright, we're just gonna say spare. So I can mess with this a bit more. Hmm. I feel like I have the too far apart. I think I need to change. Indeed. Ba, 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 bum. Depends what you're doing. I fully had a job where my senior did everything. He'd turn to me and be like, "Hey, can you do this?" Explain it to me for about 10 minutes and be like, "I should do this myself," and then turn away from me. Um. 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 Eh. They don't teach you that in school. Hmm. Taxes are stupid. I mean, these days, it doesn't really feel like the tax money is going anywhere good. Ba, ba, bum. Ba, ba, bum, ba, 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 ba. Hum. Hmm. Um. Hmm. Um. Hmm. Uh. Okay, well. I could kind of live with that, I think. I think I can live with that. Okay. I ended up. Where's the upper body here? Upper body is like. At the top of the shoulder. Like here. Hmm. Okay. How do we do this? Alright, how do we want to do this? Let's have a looky. Did I want to pull that up a bit? That needs to go not quite over her shoulder. Hmm. A bit early for that. I mean, ain't early for the shops, but. Hmm. Hmm. How much of her body should I actually be able to see here? Hmm. Um. Ba, 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 We're just gonna hide a bit of the arm here because I can't. Bum, 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 bum. Oh, how do I feel about the hand now? You know, I'm gonna make another copy of this. I think I can get rid of this. I can make a new copy of this. I'm just gonna put this into a folder called spare. Alright, you know, I'm gonna merge this down. It's gonna be crazy. Let's go like that. Oh. I was currently blue. You need to be a different color. No. Um, eh, I'm just gonna live with it for now. Alright, I feel like at some point I changed the pin, but I don't know when it was. Because some of the lines are just thicker than the rest. Oh boy. I just drew this on the wrong layer. Okay, I did it good. Alright. Okay, I think... Let me just stare at this for a moment. Let me decide how I feel about it. I haven't added in details for the background yet, but it's mostly just crease lines. So... yeah, much I can figure that out. Let me just... I don't know whether you pull these just like more across lines. Okay, what we're gonna do is I'm just gonna not look at it for a little bit so that I can try and reset my bias of just having stared at a scroll over a full hour. So just gonna take a quick old break. There's some lines I need to fix up because some of the layers are still going over the top of each other. But in the meantime, just to kill some time and do not look at it for a bit. We are going to do a little bit of responsible gambling with in-game currency. Oh boy. That looks about right. Actually, where you? Can I get new ones? I can. Do that. Let's just do that. How much do I have? I have plenty. That. And let's just do. So much mileage. I could actually spin it on just grinding stuff. Which I have with this. Let us do. Indeed. Huh. Well, that was incredibly cheap. Alright, that was 2 rolls. Well, that does not give me very much time to wallow on the problem at hand, but What do I do? I just need to save that up. Consider reading that again later. I mean, I don't know what's good in this game either. What I know is that it plays, well, like at least a team building. It's closer to a Genshin, but you just want to make these mono elemental teams. And as the usual, it's the once you reach a certain level, the grinding is just really expensive. That's need to go to you. That, do that, do that. Do that. I'll read this again properly later. You're going to here, you are... Oh, that's Alright, we'll level the support skill. How am I doing on these? 20. Alright. And that's basically all I can do here. What do I still have a mark here? What do they want me to do? Oh, you. Oh, wait. Alright, now how do I feel about this? Okay, I'm gonna add another... the one that just breaks this up a little bit. Add another line like right here, just break a little bit. I think this part on the hit's actually fine. So what I need to do is get rid of this line, get rid of this. I want eyebrows on top of hair. Yeah, I think that's how I just like to work. We'll go cut you off, and then we'll just... Whoop! Don't do that. Really thinly into there. So once it over... I want eyes over the top as well. Or I just want to mask that in a little bit more. I'm in the line here. What? I have two lines. Am I supposed to have two lines here? I think I am. Okay, we'll just live with that. And then I think for here, we're gonna just have everything pull more towards where the body is coming from. So that means we're gonna go... over her butt, and then along her back, more like this. I just pop that up. We'll pull this in like way harder. We'll pull this in like. Okay, we'll live with that for now. How do I feel about the front of the body? Oh, do you need to bring... How do I get the hand through here? We're just gonna go line like this. Coming underneath the hair here. Like just this way in general. Coming towards the hands. And then we'll just have the hair here go up and over. Just like that instead. I think Blue Archive was supposed to have a main or something. I think I saw the announcement for that a while back. Is a new event coming? Or is it still the rerun right now? I am distracted. I successfully distracted myself. Hasn't been a new event announcement yet. At the maintenance announcement. What was that maintenance scheduled for? What day is this? Already finished. That was all last week's one. Was it last week or last week? Okay, we're gonna start laying down the flats. I do it in a completely different layer, would that be a problem? With a completely different folder? I'm gonna see if I can do this in a different folder so I can manage it a bit easier. See if it will behave correctly. And then we'll just separate this into two of them. Also one for the background. Oh, where the line? You. I'll spin this over for a moment. What was that shape again? Okay, let's do a little bit more here. Sure it knows. They're not on this. Something like shaped like that. And then the actual crowns on up so I can mess a bit easier later. Alright, what does this thing look like again? Whoa, don't do that. Since it basically hugs that spot, let's just do that. Something like that. Or like, yeah. I still haven't given any real estate for a Ahoge, but not as like ridiculously tall on the head. Okay. Alright, really just need to start laying down colors and then think how I feel about it. Okay, let us separate this in a semi-smart way. What do I want to do? I just want to make all green for now. Yeah. Make all green for now. All of the bits that are here, just make it all green for now. I'll deal with the white later. That is here, this is here. Alright, flashbang warning. Yeah, that's a lot. Whose line is that? Where is that coming from? Actually, it's not really that big a deal to just do this color right away, is it? Huh? Where's that line coming from? You. Maybe. It's not you. You. No. You. No. Where the heck is that line from? you. That's a... Anything else you know about? Give me a skin color somewhere around there. Hmm. Ba, 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 ba. Oh boy. Ba, 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 ba. Give me a slightly gray or green here. Hello indeed. And we'll just grab arbitrary kind of mouth color. Give me that. Indeed. I sure hope there isn't a word count. That's well, you still have a day. Yeah, you still have a day, right? Because I'm in the future. That's not that bad, is it? I know, my last experience with doing reports, I was in a class with people who I walked in the morning it was due and they were starting it. So, you know. And it's still actually crazy, like, how much of a good student I was when I was actually taking a course I cared about. It's almost like doing something you like, you would actually, like, put effort into it and try. Like, I think I handed in pretty much all of my assignments early. Was it final season or something? Was it just like general exam season? I need the purple. I mean, how much do the scores actually matter then? Wait, they're doing a whole line of tests in December and then doing finals in January. That's crazy. I mean, it's like over here we did we were doing like mock exams leading up to the final exams, but like if they were too packed together and you couldn't study for them, they're like they don't really care if you just absolutely bombed them, as long as you did okay in the finals. You know, I don't know what's happened to the education system here. Apparently it's gone absolutely to shit and it hasn't recovered. But like, from what I know, about like 2 to 3 years after I finished high school, it started going to shit. And then, I mean, I've been out of high school for over 10 years and it hasn't recovered. So I have no idea what's happened. Like... And you have like all of like the state regulations, right, on like how they do it. And over here, we only have like the one system. Though the one system is messed up. You can't even like try and go to a better place unless you just leave the country. I mean, we're not a big country, and the only place you can really go straight to, I think, without any big problems, like Aussie. Oh, you listen to me grumble after a while, you realize that I tell people not to go to school unless they actually need it. Hey, at least you get school lunches. We don't get school lunches here. I think only private schools do school lunches, like the ones that live in dorms. I mean, sleep schedule is just on the students, right? Now, I think it took like most of the way through my high school years before they even like added in support for families in poverty in terms of school lunches. I mean, it's like the difference between like having anything, right? But, I mean, I think like if you're literally like your family's like literally struggling, I think it still helps that you get to eat something rather than absolutely nothing. I mean, maybe that's just a hot take. I don't know how much of a hot take that is, but maybe it's a hot take. I think they've done something about it. I'm actually not too sure. Like, do they force you to eat the school lunch if it's available? Can you not just like opt into bringing your own lunch? Uh, I mean, once you reach university, that's pretty much how it goes, isn't it? I still get confused sometimes when I have to talk about the university, the tertiary liberal education with Americans. Actually, it's pretty much for everyone else. For some reason, down here and our neighbor, we call high school college. I don't know why. It is absolutely insane. I mean, if you have the money, you can consider just like getting those pre-packed. Well, are they pre-packed meals in America? You could just like go to a convenience store or something, like pop in, grab a lunch, and then just like eat that instead. Go away. That is a rough schedule indeed. It's either convenience stores or supermarkets, isn't it? Do your supermarkets do like packed food? I know at that point I just feel like it's not really worth it to or like probably wouldn't make that big of a sacrifice just for like school. Yeah, that's when I start to understand like why whenever Americans go somewhere else, they're just like, wow, the food tastes different. Like, you know what, your family has money, you can't, you're opting not to go with a babysitter. If like you get a babysitter that'll add in like 4 hours to your day. One of those. Yeah, I can understand that. I mean, you want some bad life advice, then I would probably just flunk any subject you don't need. Like, if you have an idea of what profession you want to go into in the future, literally just focus on the subjects that you need to like get into university to study that, and just ignore everything else. One of those people. And that's definitely a common thing that people with money do. Let's go. Ba, 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 la, ba, those, yeah. I know, I flunked so hard in school after a while that my parents just gave up on me. Ba, 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 I respect the fact that you still like your family enough to try to live up to the expectations, because I can tell you, I would not have. I would have just said, fuck you, I'm gonna do my own thing. And this is literally why I shouldn't be like in a position to educate people. I just like fully aware like how much I'm just like giving terrible life advice. But are they the type to just kick you out if you don't meet expectations? I think it's like pretty common. I mean, down here it's pretty common. Like, if you don't get along, then you're just gonna like, no, fuck you, I'm just gonna like leave in. I mean, that was also like over 10 years ago, where, you know, living costs weren't as insane, so it's probably not as viable these days, is it? Just to be like, I'm done, I'm leaving now. Like, is it like, how bad is the wages for students nowadays? Is it like completely out of question for a student to just be like, you know what, I'm just gonna go work and find a place on my own? Is that completely out of question nowadays in America? I know for a fact it's pretty much out of question over here. Let's just go with that. Ah, right. Debt problem. Oh yeah, the debt problem. Yeah, it sounds about the same around the world right now. At this point, the creating debts is literally how the older generation controls the controls society. Was I doing down the wrong layer? Hold on. I did. I should ask, how is Instagram for the for doing art? And I feel like I missed the Instagram hype. That's not all of the pasta I need here. I mean, I'll presume so. I made a TikTok. I have not uploaded to TikTok in forever, and I don't use it normally. There was just a period where whenever I made a YouTube short, I just put it on TikTok at the same time. Well, that's what they're good at, right? The good old algorithm. algorithm that just makes you keep scrolling and scrolling and scrolling forever. Okay, so what I need to do for flats. Figure out what to do with the background another time. I think that's okay for the flats. At this angle, do I need a wall? I need to separate the wall and the flat surface they're on. I actually don't know like how well Perceive translates when with the followers and stuff. Like, actually, can I see my stats on Perceive? Let me have a look at them. I can't look at analytics unless I have a premium account, right? Yeah. Ooh, what? Yeah, I can't look at analytics on Perceive unless I have premium, which is a little unfortunate. The thing is, social media or like anywhere where you're just posting things, seeing like what's actually being looked at really helps. I don't really do too much in terms of that field when it comes to YouTube, apart from the fact that I cut the gaming streams because they were actually tanking the algorithm. Good times. I still need to get around to making the other channel. I too hope that you or I wish you luck on the art stuff. I'm not gonna say too much about school things because I'm not really in a position to comment on that. There's one of those things they know how to play around the algorithm. Because social media is more algorithm than like actual. Like, if what you do is good, then you'll eventually like get eyes on it. But if you don't know how to play the algorithm, you can really skip the line. Like, that's the thing with it. Alright, but either way, I need to shut up and leave people sleep, so we'll finish up here. Well, that's one way to do it, right? If you can actually bait people into interacting with your posts, then it creates interactions and then it causes the algorithm to think that people like it or people want to see it. Okay, so either way, focus on the coloring next time. I think I should be able to pump it out because it's mostly just hair and a little bit of eyes that would probably cause the main bit of pain. And then I just need to figure out how to create how to handle the plane that they're relying on based on perspective, because perspective is definitely not my strong suit. Beyond that, I think it should be okay in terms of the pace that I'm working at. I think. Just purely based on the fact the pose is going to hide majority of the things that usually eat up a fair amount of time on detailing. I'll probably think about, well, I say that, but I'm probably not going to. I'll think about the direction the light has to come from. But either way, thank you very much for watching today's session of line art into laying down the flat colors. If you want to see more of this, or be subscribed or following, depending on where you're watching from. Leave a like because it helps me out, and see you again next time.